Hi. Today's video is, as it is titled, I'm going to be getting rid of my special editions. I have been collecting special editions of books for years. Back in, I think, 2020, I was subscribed to Fairy Loot, Illumicrate, Owlcrate. I was obsessed, okay? I was obsessed. Did I fall for consumerism? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I think when you are just getting into books, special editions feel like you've hit the jackpot. You know, especially if it's a book that you love with all of your heart. Why not have special editions of them? You know, I love special editions. I mean, as you can see on my bookshelf, I'm keeping some of my special editions for the series and books that are some of my favorites of all time. Okay, those will be staying in my collection. However, where I'm at now with reading, with my library, and what I want in my library on my shelves, it is very different than what I wanted when I was subscribed to nearly every book box back in 2020. It wasn't just the fantasy book boxes. I was also at one point subscribed to 3 or 4 romance book subscriptions. You know, I was addicted. I wanted to get every single special edition of all of my favorite books that I could get my hands on. And I don't think there's anything wrong with collecting special editions, especially if you really love the book. You do what you want with your money. I'm not telling you that it's wrong. I'm not telling you that it's bad. That being said, I've collected a lot of special editions over the years, but I've also let go of a lot of special editions as well. Now that we're here in 2026, when it seems like every book that is coming out in their first printing as special editions with sprayed edges and illustrations and all that, it has almost felt like special editions have lost their magic. Every book coming out feels like it's a special edition. Do you know what I mean? What's the point of special editions now? You know? And it's sad because special editions were special at one point, and it doesn't feel like they are anymore. Now, that's one part of why I am slowly getting rid of my special editions. Another part of it is that when it comes to my library, right, I want to have a mark on every book that's on my shelves. Eventually, I would love to reread everything and annotate every book on my shelf. And 9 times out of 10, I don't ever touch my special editions. They are ornaments to decorate my shelves. Really. If I have a special edition, that usually means that I have the regular copy or the original copy of that book. If I'm going to reread a book, that's the copy that I'm going to reread and annotate. It's not going to be the special edition, unfortunately. There are times where I have read special editions. For example, I read the 3rd and 4th book in the Dandelion Dynasty series through the Broken Binding special edition copy I had because I couldn't find the original paperback in stores and I didn't want to buy it on Amazon when I already had the book. So I actually did read these books, but for a majority of the books that I'm letting go of in this video, I read the original copy that I have. I will also say I did get suckered into FOMO and that scarcity mentality of buying these special editions because they're only available for a limited amount of time. And then if you want to buy them, the resale value of them is absolutely insane. Again, I got wrapped up in the consumerism of it all. Okay, I will not deny that. I'll be the first one to admit it. Let's go over the special editions that I'm getting rid of. The first special edition I'm getting rid of, this signed copy of Babel by R.F. Kuang. It might have been from Waterstones or somewhere in the UK that I got this. I actually already got rid of my special edition of Catabasis that I had because that book was a disappointment for me, so I got rid of it. This one does pain me a bit to let go of because I love this book. I know a lot of people, this is a very controversial book, but I love this book with my whole heart. But if I'm going to reread this, I will reread the original copy that I read and annotated. I don't need a special copy of this. So I'm getting rid of Babel by R.F. Kuang. Now, if you're wondering if I'm going to get rid of the Poppy War, the special edition I have of the Poppy War trilogy from Illumicrate, the answer is no. Simply because this set of books was the most amount I have ever spent on a set of books before in my life. And for that reason alone, it was an investment, so I'm keeping these for the rest of my life. Plus, these are hard to get now. They're really expensive, so I'm going to keep them. And also, the Poppy War is one of my favorite series of all time. These are here to stay. The next special edition I'm getting rid of is The God and the Gumiho Don't get me wrong, I love this book. The only reason why I even got this and wanted to keep the special edition was because of the illustrations in it. I think this character art is stunning. I think this artist captured these two main characters so perfectly, and they look so good. They look so good. I'm obsessed. And even the naked hardback, look at that, stunning. And then we have the two of them here on this like reversible dust jacket. Do I keep this? No. Again, if I reread this book, I'm gonna reread my original copy. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm just going to take a photo, print it out, and put it in my original book and let that be that. Because I love the artwork, but that is not enough for me to keep a book that's taking up space that I could use for new books when all I really care about is the art. Yeah. All right. A majority of the rest of the books that I'm getting rid of are going to be romance books because I did go a little bit crazy with the romance subscription boxes, or whenever they would do limited runs of special editions. Like, I would go crazy because I feel like the romance special editions are the ones that go for more when you resell them. And so if you don't get them right away at the retail price, you'll have to pay an arm and a leg for them, right? So that's why I would stock up on them. I didn't need to do that. And it's not that I regret buying any of these. I don't at all. I've loved having them in my collection, but I'm just not going to use them. And I don't want books to take up space on my shelves that I'm not going to read or put to use. And the first set of romance special editions I'm getting rid of are my Windy City, what is this, Bookish Box special editions. Is this Bookish Box? What is this? Oh no, cover to cover book box exclusive special editions. Now the reason why is, again, I'm not going to read these, and also because they only, as far as I know, they've only done the first 3 books in the series. There are 5 books. I haven't seen anything about the last 2 books coming out in this special edition print, and it just why do I only have the first 3? You know what I mean? What do I need them for? Again, I have the original covers for all 5 books. And if I do reread them, I will reread those copies. I don't need the first 3 in a special edition and then not have the rest of the other 2. You know? These aren't even really my favorite special edition covers anyway, so I'm not too sad about letting these go or parting with them. However, I will say that they weren't an extreme amount of money, but they weren't cheap. So yeah, getting rid of these. They gotta go. They gotta go. All right, the next special edition I'm getting rid of, Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This is a Bookish Box exclusive luxe edition. Okay, hear me out, okay? I have these 3 beautiful paperback copies that are special editions from Eternal Embers of Tara DeWitt's books, and I have a Funny Feelings here, and I love this because it's a paperback, and if I do reread this book, I love to reread these editions because they're beautiful, and they're paperback, they're easy to read. Do I need another special edition of this, even though it is my favorite Tara DeWitt book? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. So unfortunately, this is gonna have to go. Yeah. Beautiful cover. Stunning naked hardcover. I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a fan of the reversible dust jacket cover, but yeah. And I'm not even really a big fan of this cover anyway. I was weak. This was a weak purchase. This was a weak moment for me. Yeah. So I'm getting rid of this one. Next, I'm getting rid of another Eternal Embers special edition, and that's for 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. This is my favorite holiday romance ever. So of course I wanted to get a special edition of it, you know. Am I in love with this cover? No. But I saw it at Half Price Books for a really, really good price. So I bought it, you know. And this does have this little illustration artwork, and it is signed. Again, if I'm going to reread this book, I'm going to reread the original copy that I have and annotate it. She's gonna go. Yeah, she is. Okay, next I have some dark romances. I have Welcome to the Dark Side by Gianna Darling. This is the, I don't know if this is actually like part of a book box or anything. I think that this was just a special cover that she had for this particular book. And again, I have the original cover. I have an original copy, but this one is signed, which is why I got it, because the one that I have isn't signed. But honestly, the more time that passes, I'm caring less and less and less about a book being signed. I think I'm just growing out of special editions and all these special features for books, because at the end of the day, the real question is, am I going to read it? Does it matter if it's signed? Does it matter if it has a special cover? Does it matter if it has sprayed edges? Not really. Am I going to read the book? The answer is no. I don't need it. Similar in vein, I have The Brit by Jodi Ellen Malpas. This is a special cover for it. It's also signed by the author. And I have the entire series right here in the original covers. I don't need the first book in the series in a special edition if I'm not going to get the rest of them in a special edition. It makes no sense. It did in my brain a couple years ago, but now here in 2026, it doesn't make sense. And who knows if I'll look back on this video and regret getting rid of every single one of my special editions. Who knows? But for right now, I don't need the first book in a series in a special edition when I don't have the rest of the series. So she's gonna go. Lord of London Town by Tilly Cole. Again, I have the original paperback of this, and also I found this at Half Price Books for an amazing price. I really loved this book. It was such a good dark romance, and I was suckered in. I was suckered in. It is a dark and quirky special edition signed by the author. I actually do enjoy the cover of this, and I don't mind the sprayed edges. I think this is a really gorgeous copy, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I'm telling more myself than I am you. Okay, when I say that I don't need it, I'm really repeating it to myself more than I am to any of you. She's gonna go. All right, this one pains me a little bit. Okay, not too much, but it does pain me just a little bit. I am getting rid of my Mystic Box special edition of the Anti-Heroes in Love duet by Gianna Darling. This one pains me a little bit because this is one of my favorite dark romance mafia duets of all time. Gianna Darling put her whole bussy in this. This duet is so good. I actually am obsessed with these covers. I love these covers. Ask me if I've ever once opened them. Ask me if I've ever once cracked this spine. Never. I bought these, took them out of the plastic, put them straight on my shelves, and haven't touched them since. As sad as it makes me to even say it. Oh, I didn't even know it came with an art print. So there's that. I might keep this and put it in my original copy. Sorry to whoever ends up getting this, but I'm keeping this for myself. I'm sorry to say. I believe, is this also signed? Yeah, this is signed too. Love, stunning. Oh, this one is not signed. Interesting. Okay, so this first book is signed, but the second book isn't. These are unfortunately leaving my collection because as beautiful as they are and as grateful as I am to have had them on my shelves, their time is done. I don't need them anymore. They're leaving. Okay, if you're wondering why there are so many dark and quirky special editions that I'm getting rid of, it's because that was one of the subscription boxes that I had for a really long time. Every box came with 4 books. They were quarterly boxes and they came with 4 special editions. You guys, I don't think I've kept any of them on my shelves. That is so bad to say because that's a lot of money wasted. I did sell most of them, so don't feel too bad for me. Actually, don't feel bad for me at all because I did it to myself. I bought these books with my own money. Okay, no one put a gun to my head to make the decision. I did it myself. There were some books that I didn't even want to read. There were some books that were second or third books. They were books in the middle of the series that I was like, I haven't even read the first books in the series. Why do I have a special edition of the second or third book? And then there are books like this where I love this book so much. This is Maestro by Auden Dar. Very angsty romance with 2 classical musicians. Love this book so much. It's so good. But this also has a misprint. See that? I had to bend the page because it extends all the way out to here. And I was like, what in the what? And I don't know, just if I also was to reread this book, this is so thick and heavy as a hardcover, I would definitely read my paperback copy because this is insane, you know? And comes with this. Do I keep this for my original book? Hold on. Let me see if this fits in my original book. It fits in my original book. Okay, so I'm keeping the art print from that special edition. Sorry to say whoever gets it. It's art print's in here, babe. And I'm keeping it. The last special edition that I am getting rid of happens to be this copy of Daydream. This isn't, well, it is a special edition, but this is sold in brick and mortar stores. Like I got this copy from Barnes and Noble, so it's not part of a book box or a limited run or anything. They still have this in stores right now, so you can get it anytime. It is technically a special edition copy of it, you know. First of all, it actually kind of pains me to get rid of this because I love this cover design. I love the books on the cover. I love the color. The sprayed edges are gorgeous. And I really love this book too. This was a 5-star read for me, so it does pain me to get rid of this, especially because I'm pretty sure I paid full price for this. But again, if I'm gonna reread it, I'm going to reread my original paperback. So unfortunately, she's leaving. If you watched my bookshelf tour, if you haven't, I will link it down below so you can watch it. You'll know that this top shelf, these two top shelves right here, that's where all of the special editions lived. And those shelves are empty now. I don't know what to put up there because I hate how empty it looks, especially because the top shelves of the other bookshelves I have are filled. So it looks totally empty and bare and I hate it. I do. But it had to be done. It had to be done, guys. I am really being more mindful and conscious about the books that I keep on my shelves and what's just taking up space that I'm not even utilizing or reading. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. Am I going to regret this years down the road? Will I look back on this video and think, wow, you're an idiot for getting rid of those? Maybe, mayhaps. But that's a problem for future me and not present me. So yeah, those are all the special editions that I'm letting go of. And if you are interested in any of them, I will link my Pango down below because I will be selling most of these. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.